Hey, good evening to you and yours. It's Mr. Grab Your Attention. I do hope you had a wonderful day. Just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I think a lot of people this day and age are feeling a little down and out, pardon me, due to the world that we live in now makes it where it's almost unacceptable and not authentic to be yourself. And, it's hard for a person to relate to people that have not really had some type of true hardship, a true testimony to give. For example, myself, growing up in Chicago, I'm not gonna hold back any punches. Growing up in Chicago, I was a gang member. I wound up getting shot twice in my back, car to car, probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 feet from each other at best, at a stoplight back home in Chicago near Midway Airport. By the graces of the Most High, I survived. And I recognized at that moment that not only was I obviously left on this earth for a reason, this calling obviously. However, it's more about, and there's other testimonies I can give, but we'll say that for another time. But the point is that just like myself, you have been through a lot of trials and tribulations, which define you to be just as strong and powerful as you are. And that is exactly why when I'm telling people how raw you are, how relevant, amazing, and worthy you are, I really do mean that. It's not coming from somebody that's, had an easy life his entire life. I'm not saying I had the worst life, but as an adult, I've made decisions that haven't been the greatest, that have made things difficult for me. And I do understand what it's like to be homeless, for example, yeah, one time I even felt like I wanted to give up. Let's be real. However, I recognize that there's a lot more that I had to stick around for, and that there was a greater purpose and a greater calling, that I was relevant, not to just anyone else, but first and foremost to myself. You have to believe that you're relevant to yourself. With all due respect, don't make changes, or don't make promises that you're going to be somebody who you really aren't going to be for yourself. I had to recognize that I was amazing, because again, being homeless is not, let me be for real. I tell a lot of people being homeless, it actually, it's, you don't have as many responsibilities. It takes a lot to make sure you keep a roof over your head, feed your children, get up, show up for life, go to work. Those things are not an easy thing to do every day. So like I said before, that makes you an amazing person, because you're doing that with such conviction, and you're doing it because you want to make sure you have a roof over your head, obviously. And then again, I had to recognize that I was worthy of all the positive vibrations that the universe would certainly bring to me, because again, I had to surround myself with positive people that would not necessarily encourage me, but however, when people have ideas, positive people have ideas, and you bounce them off each other, a lot of things positive will start to come your way, because you're surrounding yourself in a more positive atmosphere. So I'm saying this so that, people can understand that I want you to be able to relate to someone like me, or someone else who's going to give it to you straight from the hip, that has been through trials and tribulations. They've been through the murky waters, and, not saying I'm fully this guru or whatever, but I just feel like for people to relate to someone that is real is where it's at. Peace and blessings. I probably talked your ears off, but smile. Remember, you're raw, you're relevant, you're amazing, and you are worthy. Peace and blessings.